Good morning, and I think we're just going to get right into today's subject. So there's a lot in these chapters that are really interesting. I was going to read chapter 42 and 43, but I want to cover 43 separate to 42 now after looking closer to it, and I'll explain that tomorrow. But I wanted to bring something in. In this verse, not the one about Joseph similar to Jesus Christ, because I've put some scriptures in there from that, and we talked about it last week. Why did Joseph test his brothers? In Genesis 42 to 45, Joseph tested his brothers several times before revealing his identity. Most of these tests were focused on young Benjamin, who became Jacob's favorite son. After Joseph was sold into slavery, Joseph seemed to be giving his brothers opportunities to prove that they had changed and would not betray Benjamin as they had betrayed him. Throughout this account, we see indications that Joseph's brothers had indeed changed. Reuben expressed remorse for selling Joseph into slavery. When Benjamin was wrongfully accused of stealing, Judah offered to take Benjamin's punishment rather than allow Benjamin to be held in Egypt as a servant or a slave. And Judah and the other brothers were determined to protect Benjamin, to spare their father from anguish of losing another son, or another favorite son, you might even say. So there's reasons for what Joseph does, and plus, I mean, it seems quite straightforward, really, because these people tried to kill him. Literally. And then they sold him into Egypt. And it's been 22 years, and as far as anybody was aware, he was dead. And that's what seems to be the situation. And would you just all of a sudden go, oh, you're my brother, and so I forgive you. You only tried to kill me, and you only tried to, you did send me into slavery. I think he really wanted to see what would happen. Also, the fact that they didn't recognize him right away was an interesting thing, but he did disguise himself a little bit. Now, when Jacob saw that there was corn in Egypt, remember, now we're in the famine. Jacob said unto his sons, why do ye look upon one upon another? And he said, behold, I have heard that there is corn in Egypt. Go down thither and buy for us from thence, that we may live and not die. And Joseph's 10 brothers went down to buy corn in Egypt. But Benjamin, Joseph's brother, Jacob sent not with his brethren, for he said, lest peradventure mischief befall him. And the sons of Israel came to buy corn among those that came. So there's more people coming down from other countries. It mentioned that last chapter as well. For the famine was in the land of Canaan. And Joseph was the governor over the land, and it was that sold to all the people of the land. And Joseph's brethren came and bowed themselves before him with their faces to the earth. And Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them. What I think is happening here is I think each individual city took care of their own grain supplies. But if anybody wanted to come from outside and have grain, like from Canaan, then they had to go through Joseph himself. That's how I see it. He wasn't overseeing every little grain that was, or making sure everybody got exactly the same across all of Egypt. Because it says that there's grain stores in every city. But if you wanted to have some that was not an Egyptian, you would have had to go through Joseph. Joseph saw his brethren, and he knew them. But he made himself strange unto them, and spake roughly to him. So he looked like an Egyptian, most likely. And he said unto them, Whence come ye? And they said, From the land of Canaan. To buy food. And Joseph knew his brethren, but they knew him not. And this is what I say, and I wish I would have done this earlier, but I've put in passages about Joseph and about Jesus Christ from that bit that we talked earlier, where they fit in. Similarities between Joseph and Jesus Christ. They were not recognized by those who should have known them. And Joseph remembered the dreams which he dreamed of them, and said unto them, Ye are spies. That keeps coming up. See how many times he calls them a spy. See the nakedness of the land, ye are to see the nakedness of the land, you're come. He's saying, you're trying to see if we're vulnerable now. And they said, Nay, my lord, but to buy food are thy servants come. We are all one man's sons. We are true men. Thy servants are no spies. So they say, no, we're not spies. In fact, we're all related. If we were spies, then we wouldn't be related. And simply because why would one man send out all of his sons to be spies? And he said unto them, Nay, but to see the nakedness of the land ye are come. Again, he says, No, you're spies. And they said, Thy servants are 12 brethren, the sons of one man, in the land of Canaan. And he's probably looking, saying, Well, there's only 10 of you. And behold, the youngest is this day with our father, and one is not. They are saying there that they think that he has died, that he did not survive. And Joseph said unto them, That is it that I speak unto you, saying, Ye are spies, whereby ye shall provide thereby ye shall be proved, proved by the life of Pharaoh. Ye shall go forth hence, except your youngest brother come hither. Send one of you, and let him fetch your brother, and ye shall be kept in prison, that your words shall be proved, whether there be any truth in you, or else by the life of Pharaoh. That must be the saying at the time. Surely ye are spies. Again, he says, you're spies if you can't prove it. And he put them all together in to ward 3 days. I think he did this, put him in prison for 3 days for a few reasons. First, to show that Joseph has the power to do so. Second, to give them a taste of their own medicine, really. And third, to get them an incentive to do something right, I guess. And Joseph said unto them on the 3rd day, This do and live, for I fear God. If ye be true men, let one of your brethren be bound in the house of your prison. Go ye, carry corn for the famine of your houses. But bring your youngest brother unto me, so shall your words be verified, and ye shall not die. And they did so. And they said one to another, We are very guilty concerning our brother, in that we saw the anguish of his soul when he besought us, and we would not hear. Therefore this distress come upon us. They're seeing where they'd been wrong in the past, and they don't want to repeat it. And Reuben answered them, saying, Spake I not unto you, saying, Do not sin against the child? And ye would not hear. Now he speaks up 22 years later. Therefore, behold, also is his blood required. And they knew not that Joseph understood them, and he spake unto them, for he spake unto them by an interpreter. One of the things he was keeping up appearances. And he turned himself about from them and wept. I love that line so much in here. How he really wanted to just run to them and forgive them. At this point, I think he's forgiven them. Well, I think he forgave them a long time ago. But now he wants to have them there, but he knows he can't be hurt again by them in any way. And he can't risk Pharaoh's confidence in him either at this point. And took from them Simeon and bound him before their eyes. And Joseph commanded to fill their sacks with corn, and to restore every man's money into his sack, and give them provision for the way. And thus did he unto them. So they didn't know that he put the money in the sack. And they laden their asses with corn, and departed thence. And as one of them opened his sack and gave his ass provender in the inn, in other words, we need to feed these creatures, he espied his money, for behold, it was in his sack's mouth. And he said unto his brethren, My money is restored, and lo, it is even in my sack. And their heart failed them, and they were afraid, saying one to another, What is this that God hath done to us? So they're worried that why would somebody in Egypt give their money back? God must have done it. And they came unto Jacob their father in the land of Canaan, and behold, and told him all that befell them, saying, A man who is the Lord of the land spake unto us roughly, spake roughly to us, and took us for spies of the country. So they're saying, we weren't treated very nice when we did this. And he said unto him, and we said unto him, We are true men, we are no spies. We be 12 brethren, sons of our father. One is not, and the youngest is this day with our father in the land of Canaan. And the man, the Lord of the country, said unto us, Whereby shall I know that ye are true men? Leave one of your brethren here with me, and take food for the famine to your households, and be gone. So here's the instruction. We didn't quite get that instruction until now, but it was the instruction that, okay, I'm going to give you food now, but you be gone. But if I see you again, you bring your youngest brother unto me, then shall I know that ye are no spies, but that ye are true men. So will I deliver your brother, and ye shall traffic in the land. So he's saying, you do this and you'll have freedom to come in here. You can buy and sell as you need. And it came to pass that as they emptied their sacks, that, behold, every man's bundle of money was in his sack. And when both they and their father saw the bundles of money, they were afraid. You can imagine, this is not a small thing. Egypt is at the height of its power and probably the most powerful place. And they just talked to the second in line, to the Pharaoh, and this could be really dangerous. And Jacob, their father, said unto them, Me have ye bereaved of my children. Joseph is not, Simeon is not, and ye will take Benjamin away. All these things are against me. He already thinks Simeon is dead because of this money that's there. And they think if they take Benjamin down there, he's going to be dead as well. And Reuben spake unto his father, saying, Slay my two sons if I bring him not to thee. Really drastic, I think. Deliver him into my hands, and I will bring him again to thee again. And he said, My son shall not go down with you, for your brother is dead, and he is left alone. If mischief befall him by the way in the which ye go, then shall ye bring down my gray hairs with sorrow to grave. Basically, he's saying, we've lost enough. Yes, you got your money, this money back. Obviously, they're not going to let Simeon live when they discover that you've got your money. It's their fault, but we're the ones paying for it, and I can't lose any more of you. I've lost 2 sons. I don't want to lose any more. And so he's leaving it with them to say, let's not go down. So we're leaving you on a cliffhanger today for you to think about what it is, how do we forgive, and do we always just forgive blanketly and let people hurt us again? Or do we forgive anyway and sometimes have to protect ourselves? If you're in a violent relationship or something like that, you can forgive the person, but you mustn't stay in those situations. Anyway, I hope you have a wonderful day, and we'll see you tomorrow.